Welcome back to Elizabeth Plants. My name's Elizabeth. The cat's trying to climb me. And we are going to tour what glass shelving I do have for my plants right now. So if you guys are watching any of my previous videos, you know about my glass shelves. If you are new, welcome. We're going to tour my glass shelves. So right now I only have two. They're small and they're in my bedroom. What's in these plants are the plants that I have prioritized to protect from my cats. This is not all of the plants that either struggled in the move or were struggling before the move. This is not all of the plants that I would like to be covered, but these are the priority plants. So some of them, I don't necessarily know what they are at the moment because they're stumps. And most of them are cuttings, but we are going to take a look. This video is sponsored by the Lacidoll store. They sent me a humidifier and we've got to unbox it. Okay, I spent a ton of time filling this up and I can't tell, so I'm assuming the water is below this water gauge level. It's a 16-liter humidifier. So I spent a lot of time filling it. It's not full, but we're going to test it out. I prefer the little top to this, but my initial thoughts, I love that it is top filling. However, there's no lid to the top filler, which makes me worried for cat hair and like dust and stuff. So we'll see. I'm assuming for you guys, the screen is going to blink when I turn it on. That's not something that's probably happening in real life. It has to do with the way cameras work. Let's test it. Okay, it is blowing. It's blowing out at level 1. Okay, so this is turbo. We want it at low. We can set the humidity, set it to 60. We can turn the UV on. I can't really see that, so I'm assuming it's on the inside. And I press the sleep button, it just turns the screen off. This is still flowing out the top. I'm going to turn it back off and continue filling it, but initially I'm really excited for this thing, and I'll include a little clip or my after this from the future after I've used it for a little bit. All right, final thoughts. This guy has been running for approximately 24 hours. I have it set to 50% humidity. Right now it's showing us, yeah, it goes back and forth between humidity and temperature. So it's at 47% humidity in here. I might drop it down to 45 simply because it's running most of the time and I don't really want it to be running most of the time. But even then, running most of the time, the water level has dropped from here to here. And this entire bottom is the tank. So it must be very efficient. I haven't obviously had to refill it. I've tested out the sleep thing, but I just prefer to have the screen on. I love that it's top fill. I like that it comes with this little top instead of that giant tube thing. I don't need the giant tube thing. I think my only thing that I miss is the lock. So my Lacombs like have a screen lock. However, this is tall enough, cat for scale, that my cats don't bump it and turn it on and off just by walking past it. So it hasn't really been an issue. 2 windows, so I'm going to try my best not to make it backlit. This is shelf number 1. We keep my cat's harnesses up top, and then I've got like a humidifier that I don't actually use at the moment. Don't need to. This is the first shelf, so we're going to start at the top. As I've mentioned in previous videos, these shelves are not adjustable, so this is the height that they are at, and that's just how it has to be. So only some plants actually fit. But on this top shelf, you actually watched me repot 3 of these plants. So I've got my Cebu blue in the back. I've got, I believe this is my Pastazanum. I've got my little setup in my elephant. And then back here, I've got a Syngonium ribbon, I believe. Yeah, I believe this is my ribbon based on this leaf. And he dried out before the move and lost a couple of leaves, so that's why he looks a little bare. Then we go 1 shelf down. I just popped this guy in here because my cat kept digging in it, but it's just the stumps to my philodendron lemon upright. It's just the stumps. I have the rest of the plant elsewhere. I'll move him for a sec. I've just got a fan sitting back here, but it's not on. It doesn't have any batteries. Then we've got some of my reverted anyways, my reverted plant. This is the tops to it, all the leaves. I just kind of chopped it off, hoping to kind of fill out the plant. And then in the back we have my, wow, am I blanking on names today? Rubber tree cuttings from my moving packing video. Then down here is where you saw me unpack all of my cuttings. We've got my Preso Verde top in here. We've got all kinds of cuttings in here. I'm not going to go through them all. Absolutely not. Ooh. Whatever this is, hopefully it'll focus on it. I believe lost a leaf, but it's got some pretty roots, and it is in there with my, what I believe is my Gloriosum. Ta-da! So that is my first shelf. Next to it I have my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, my Preso Verde, which has some really cool growths on it. This is the stump to my reverted plant whose name escapes my mind at the moment for whatever reason. Cats. We've got this guy right here. Honestly, I'm the worst with plant names. Decursiva, I think is my Rhaphidophora decursiva. Right there with my variegated alocasia. And this guy is absolutely loving it. He grew too tall. He was in the glass case and he grew too tall in like a matter of 2 days. So I've put him right here next to the glass case, hoping that he'll like this just as much. But honestly, it's beautiful. And then back here, wedged in the corner behind a stack of book boxes, is my second case. So up here on my top shelf, we have my Winlandii packet packed back in that corner because that's the only corner in this case that doesn't get direct light through the window on a sunny day, and I don't want it to get direct light. We've got an alocasia stump, some cuttings of I think this is a Philodendron Brazil Rio, but I'm not 100% sure if this is Rio or the cream stripe or if it's an amalgamation. We have my Monstera, whatever the heck it's called. Just some of the cuttings back there. It's been tortured a little bit, but I still have the stumps and those are growing well elsewhere. We come down a shelf. This is the pot plant that I repotted. It's my Syngonium army and what appears to be a Alba Syngonium, yellow variegated and a white variegated as well. We've got just a regular Syngonium back here that the cats were digging in, so I tucked it in. We've got my Amedrum Silver, and it appears to be doing well. That's a new leaf, and those are some new growths. We've got my carnivorous plants, and they're doing okay. They don't need to be watered yet. They've been in here for 2 days now, I think. Then we come down here. We've got some cuttings of my Rhaphidophora decursiva. We've got I want to say, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely an aroid back there. And then we've got my Micans. And I mean, it's doing as well as it can, considering that, again, the cat's kind of dug in it. We are rehabbing in here. And I just figured I'd mention that I've got my bedroom hanging plants, my regular heartleaf philodendron. Then if we cross over above the other shelf, we've got my Brazil, That is it for my glass cases. Give me a thumbs up if you like these little mini tours. I'll probably be doing more of them as I create spaces in my house versus like doing the entire house, because I am doing it in chunks. The next tour probably on the agenda is going to be the patio before I end up having to bring the plants in for the cold season. So thumbs up this video, comment down below if you're excited for that. Which of these plants is your favorite, or you're looking forward to its journey the most? Subscribe to see my videos. See you next time.